Welcome to America. Forget the old streets of London, Berlin, or Paris, because the moment you step out of the airport and into the World Cup crowds, the first thing that shocks Europeans is not the host team. It is the strange, larger-than-life side of American culture that almost seems too extreme to be real. Number 1. Size shock. Look across the street and you will see
highway
Ford
driving system, which will be
F-150S
activated.
and Ram
What's going on YouTube?
1500S sitting there like
So if
giant
you live
metal
in the
blocks
US,
on
you can
wheels.
easily.
Their hoods rise.
So which of
nearly
these
to
is
chest
the
level,
ultimate
their
in
tires
luxury
reach
and
the hips of a grown
capability?
adult,
Let's kick
and the
off the
hatchback part
tailgate
behind them
innovation.
looks
Several
as if
years ago,
someone
when they
shrank it with a
introduced
remote
the
control.
assist steps.
The woman in the clip even had to stand right beside one just to prove the camera was not distorting the scale. Europeans who had always taken pride in their compact
But became so
hatchbacks,
popular in the
cars
first
built
place,
to slip through
and that's
narrow
because
streets,
broadly speaking,
suddenly found themselves feeling tiny in parking lots filled with these massive machines. Standing next to them, the cars they were used to back home looked like toys that had somehow wandered into a section reserved for civilian tanks. Some city streets in Texas or California are so wide that a British soccer fan could easily think he had accidentally merged onto a freeway. A standard lane is about 12 feet wide, broad enough that two Mini Coopers could almost drive side by side with room still left between the mirrors. To Americans, that is just a normal road. To European visitors, it feels as if the entire city was built one size too large. And if the vehicles outside already make America seem a little over the top, just wait until you step into the kitchen. What really catches Europeans off guard is that a standard refrigerator here can stand nearly 6.5 feet tall, stretch almost as wide as an adult's arm span, and hold several gallon jugs of milk, each one close to 4 liters. From the outside, it looks more like something you would find in a convenience store than in a rental apartment. People sometimes ask me whether everything in America really is bigger than it looks. Let me show you this.
Everything in America is just big. It's big for no reason. Like, honestly, there's actually no need for certain things in America to be that big. This applies to everything. Drinks, a UK large is an American small. An XL burger in the UK is your medium. Even your roads, a 2-lane roads in America sometimes is the same size as a UK motorway. Like, what's the need? For real, I just want to know, what's the need?
And honestly, if you were a European walking into an American Airbnb for the first time, you would probably start measuring it too.
This
just
is
like
water
she did.
built. Sometimes people ask me if everything really is bigger in the US. Let me show you something. Check this out. This is an American fridge, and it's as big as my arms. And I'm 165, so I'm guessing this fridge is 2 meters. It's insane. I'll show you what's inside. So this is the freezer section. It's so big, it looks like Aldi, and that's definitely at least 2 fridges in Germany. There's a scoop right here, and you have ice you can use for your drinks, so you never run out of it. That's very important. And then on the other side, we got a fridge, which is 4 times the size of a European fridge. Here we have a drinking aisle, some fruit. This is water built into the fridge, so every time you pour water in a glass, it refills it from here.
The refrigerator in front of you might be as wide as 2 small German fridges pushed together, nearly 6.5 feet tall, and deep enough for a takeout container to disappear in the back for weeks without anyone noticing. Some American models have far more storage space than the refrigerators commonly found in European kitchens, and the amount of electricity they use can make you wonder whether you are chilling groceries or quietly running a small pub somewhere in the French countryside. Now imagine you had $60 million to spend. What would you buy? A historic chateau in France, a huge country estate, or a mansion that has been standing for centuries? In the Hamptons, that kind of money may only get you one modern waterfront home. So when the real estate agent quotes a price somewhere between $50 million and $65 million, many European visitors look back at the house and ask, wait, this one house costs $60 million? After hearing a price tag of $50 million to $65 million, I think most of us would take another look at the house just to make sure we heard it right. But in America, that sense of losing track of scale is not limited to expensive things. It is waiting for you at the movie theater, at a roadside stop, and even inside what looks like a harmless snack. You stop by a theater near a World Cup stadium, pay around $3, $49, and walk away with a bag of popcorn nearly as long as an adult's arm. I'm not sure whether to call that a snack or enough food to get you through extra time, but one thing is clear. Americans do not want anyone leaving the counter feeling like they did not get enough. In
I've been
America, a
living in
bag of
Finland, back in
popcorn can
Texas
be
for
as
a
long
couple
as
of
your
months, and
arm.
y'all, I'm still
A drink
shocked that
can
this
weigh
could be
as much as a
called
watering
size
can.
medium.
And even the doors and elevators at
landscaping
rest
was on
stops are
point.
so
The
roomy
gas pumps,
that European
well-maintained.
visitors start
But as
wondering whether the
impressive
whole
as the
country was
exterior
built
was.
for people 6 inches taller than they are. Even the restrooms at highway stops are surprisingly spacious and clean, the complete opposite of the cramped, coin-operated public toilets found in many European train stations. So what do you think? Is America's bigger is better mindset a sign of prosperity? Or is it simply an extravagant use of space?
Having now
Let us know
been
in the
there to
comments
see
below.
it and live the whole tiffin.
Number 2. Lost inside Buc-ee's.
Took a shuttle from downtown Fort Worth to Buc-ee's to see if we could find any tourists, and lo and behold, we found some English fans. So we asked them about their experience at Buc-ee's.
It's really big, and there's loads of like weird things that we don't have at home, and it's just massive. And I don't understand why there's so much merch for a gas station. Like, it doesn't make sense. They would never do that at home for like the Shell.
I think the excitement for me is that they stick the Buc-ee's beaver on everything and anything. And then
In Europe, a gas station is usually
Some
somewhere
parts
you
of
want to
the
get
EU,
in and out of as quickly
even
as
more
possible.
so.
Fill the
Many
tank,
people have
grab a
accused
slightly dry
oil
sandwich,
companies of German
pay a few
government
coins
has
to use the
voted through
restroom,
measures to
and get back
conga
on the road.
regulations are
Nobody
in
walks in
force in
expecting a
Austria,
sightseeing
where
experience,
petrol
and
stations
almost
get
no
the
one pulls
government
out a
has
phone
imposed
to film
rules
the
to
place like
favour
they have
its
just
own
arrived at a tourist
citizens.
attraction. So when World Cup fans exit a Texas highway and see Buc-ee's for the first time, they tend to have the same reaction. Is this seriously a gas station? In front of them is an entire field of perfectly lined up fuel pumps. A parking lot so huge that finding the car again becomes a memory test.
Cartoon
and a brightly
beaver,
lit building that looks
the
like
smiling
a
mascot of Buc-ee.
If a British or French fan asks whether they stopped for gas or accidentally wandered into Disneyland for adults, you really cannot blame them. Watching over this kingdom is a smiling beaver in a red cap, wearing the kind of expression that says he already knows you are about to buy far more than you planned.
Loved by
Buc-ee's
road
has somehow
trippers
turned a friendly
for
rodent
its
into such a
award-winning
powerful
bathrooms.
attraction that Americans will
think
stand
that's big
outside
enough?
in the blazing heat, waiting for the doors to open whenever a new location launches.
Customers like
For
Alex
European
and
soccer
Yasmin
fans, that kind of
Abreu.
crowd usually
I mean, would
gathers
you
outside a
be
stadium
as...
or before a major final,
But the most
not in
popular
front of a gas
attraction
station.
at Buc-ee's
Once they head deeper
might
inside,
be its
the European fans
restroom
finally
and
understand
truly
how a quick fuel
Texas-sized
stop
scale,
can throw off an entire World Cup
54,000 square feet.
There are walls of jerky in every flavor, hot tortillas rolling off the machines, clothing,
It's a gas
camping
station
gear,
chain
hunting
below-
supplies,
and whatever
endless
this is.
beaver-themed souvenirs packed together as if Buc-ee's had squeezed an entire
And they
shopping
put
mall
that beaver-
into a highway rest
I
stop.
think she'll like that.
For anyone planning
Perhaps
to stay
not
only a
since
few minutes
Mickey
before the
Mouse.
match, it is an almost
And
perfectly
crucially, the
designed
dollars of...
Number 3. Free refill culture. After watching top-level World Cup matches in the American heat, European fans start looking for something cold to drink. That is when they discover an economic miracle that back home, many of them would barely dare to dream about. In plenty of European restaurants and pubs, drinks are charged very simply.
That it's more
You order
than
one
just
soda,
a place to
and you pay
eat.
for
Was
that
told
one.
to drink wine
Finish it and
while
ask for another,
recovering from...
and the second glass goes straight onto the bill. Ice
Do
is
when
handed
you're
out
at
just
a
as
tapas
carefully,
bar.
with a few small
Even
cubes
if
sitting at the
fish
bottom,
culture
as if the
and
restaurant were protecting
hospitality.
a rare natural resource. In some places,
enjoy
even bottled
them
water
like
can
a
cost
true
enough to make you
local.
look at the price
For
and wonder
some,
whether
3
ordering a beer
tapas
would
might
be
be
better.
enough.
So when European World Cup fans come face to face with the uniquely American tradition, they are completely blindsided. You pay once, take your plastic cup over to the little colorful drink dispensers, and refill it as many times as you want. For many fans from England, France, or Germany, it feels like the greatest economic miracle of their entire trip to watch their sport.
Thanks so much. You're welcome.
But free refills are only half the story. Just look at it. At American fast food chains, the word medium has been stretched so far that an entire European family could pass the drink around from kickoff through the penalty shootout and still have ice left at the bottom. Some Coke cups are so enormous that you have to place another object next to them just to prove the camera's not playing tricks.
I'm a
A
Texan
big
living in
gulp
Finland,
or
back in
double
Texas
gulp
for a
can
couple of
hold
months, and
anywhere
y'all,
from
I'm still
about
shocked that this could be
1.5
called
to 2
size
liters.
medium.
In other words, instead of buying a large bottle of Coke for the whole group, Americans pour the entire thing into one cup, stick in a straw, and hand it to a single person. For a European soccer fan, carrying that thing around for 90 minutes feels like a workout all by itself. And if that still does not feel American enough, go ahead and treat yourself to a Liberty Lemonade.
freedom size big gulp. Look at that, head for scale. And if that's not enough for you, you can even get yourself some Liberty Lemonade. Liberty Lemonade here. Let freedom ring here in the United States of America. We're back, baby.
Let's try the new Liberty Lemonade by Arizona.
The name alone makes it sound as if every refill rings another freedom bell
Smells pretty good.
somewhere across the United
Cheers.
States. America's back, guys. Americans, of course,
When I met in summer,
to them, ice and the rights of people are practically basic human rights, not premium extra. The hotter it gets, the more ice has in it. Soda gets ice, tea gets ice, water gets packed with ice, and sometimes there's so much. You have to wait for some to melt before figuring out how much drink you actually bought. That easygoing attitude quickly turns you
we can fight through it.
We've offered school that caught us off all by surprise. Take a look.
Another refill simply because it is free, and head to the stadium carrying enough sugar to sing, jump, and yell for the full 90 minutes. Number 4, the yellow school buses. Only existed in movies in London, Berlin, or Rome, kids usually get to school by train, a city bus, or some completely ordinary minibus. So a lot of Europeans grow up assuming that the bright yellow school bus is just Hollywood's way of instantly telling the audience, this scene takes place in America. It shows up in teen movies, horror films, The Simpsons, and just about every TV show featuring American kids. Europeans have seen it thousands of times on screen, yet many of them still cannot quite believe that American children actually ride those buses to school.
Okay, so I'm in America, yeah? Guys, the yellow school buses are real. My whole life I thought it was just cartoons or the telly that would show these yellow school buses, and I was like, it's not real, it's just for the telly. Blimey, it's real! My family don't believe me. I'm gonna catch me a picture tomorrow so I can show them.
They're literally losing their minds after finally seeing the iconic American yellow school bus in real life. For them, it feels like stepping straight into a Hollywood movie after seeing it on screen for years. So, what do they actually think about it? Let's hear their pure reactions right now. In this
The obsession with these buses reached peak absurdity when Scotland's Tartan Army decided to experience them in the most unforgettable way possible. Instead of taking limousines or luxury coaches to the stadium, they rented an entire convoy of more than 20 yellow school buses. The sight of them rolling down the highway one after another, packed with Scots in kilts singing football chants, looked like a scene cut from a World Cup comedy.
The humble American school bus has literally transformed into a major tourist attraction. Honestly, the pure excitement these foreigners feel when seeing a yellow bus is exactly the same as a this out. During the World Cup, Scottish football fans found a genius way to get to the stadium in Foxborough. They literally rented out an entire fleet of Rhode Island yellow school buses, packed them with tens of thousands of dollars worth of beer.
Number 5. Air conditioning changed.
Europeans relied on thick stone walls, shuttered windows, ceiling fan cooling system for a few weeks of warm weather under the weight of climate change. As Europe experiences increasingly homes, schools and public buildings to cope with blistering summers. With record-breaking temperatures rapidly transforming from a symbol of excess.
More Europeans die a year from heat-related illness than Americans die from gun violence. That's right. Because of heat waves and lack of AC, more of them are dying, boiling, burning to death than we die from guns. I never want to hear about school shootings from a European again. The difference is, guns have hundreds of years of precedent in America. From the 1600s when settlers arrived, we've had guns until now. And school shootings were only a few decades ago. So it's going to take us time to catch up, to adopt, to adapt. And there are a lot of Americans who, for better or for worse, are willing to fight and die for the right to bear arms, which is constitutionally protected. So yes, America has school shootings, but it's it's going to take some time for us to fix that. What you have, however, is pure stubbornness. You say, oh, our buildings are too hot. Oh, it's too expensive. You're literally dying. Even your new buildings. Germany has built hospitals in the last few years, and people are dying in ICUs. Doctors are literally putting ice cubes in Ziploc bags and putting them in their pockets. You can't put an AC in an ICU. Imagine dying, gasping for breath, for air, because the ICU is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It's absurd. This climate religion has gone too far. And it's not even about climate. That's just an excuse. It's more energy inefficient to heat your homes in the winter than to cool them in the summer. Ultimately, I think it's just this weird Slavish obsession with having the right virtues and signaling them properly, and God forbid not being a fat, ugly American with their blasting AC. It's time to get over this anti-AC craze, Europe. Install the units. Save your elders.
Europe treated air conditioning as an unnecessary luxury. Europe remains far behind the United States when it comes to cooling, including opening windows after sunset, keeping shutters closed during the day, are deeply rooted in history, economics, and environmental policy. Shaded courtyards and narrow windows that naturally reduce indoor temperatures. AC units don't just cool homes by 2 to 4 degrees Celsius that can leak into the atmosphere and trap, requiring air conditioners to meet higher seasonal efficiency ratings because they can alter the appearance of protected buildings or conservation areas. Successive summers of extreme heat wave.
Craziest thing here in America. So it's blazing hot outside, but look at this. I'm going to step into this establishment and it's chilling. It's hot outside, but when you step in, it's like a winter's day.
Well, we've got this Jeep Wagoneer. It is massive. It is huge. The air conditioning is amazing. The screen is amazing. I'm even getting cold air blowing up my bottom. I love being in America. I love American cars. I love American roads. And we are having the best time of our lives.
Step out of a parking lot where it is pushing 104 degrees and into a Walmart, restaurant, or hotel, and you may immediately want to put back on the jacket you just took off. The air inside can be so cold that your glasses fog up, goosebumps rise on your skin, and the ice-packed drink in your hand suddenly feels unnecessary. Americans cool entire buildings as if winter were waiting just beyond the automatic doors. Central air is almost everywhere, from homes, malls, and restaurants, to public restrooms at roadside stops. To many British visitors, having cold air flow evenly through every room
raising
sounds like the
temperatures in
standard at a
densely
luxury
populated
hotel.
cities.
In America, it is just a normal Tuesday in July. Part of the difference comes down to how the buildings are designed. Many older European homes have thick stone
trap
walls,
heat
smaller
during
windows,
long, harsh
and were built
winter,
to hold in heat
leaving
during
many
the winter.
properties
American
ill-equipped.
homes are often designed with ductwork running throughout the house, so adjusting the thermostat can cool every room fairly quickly. Europeans open the windows and hope for a breeze. Americans shut every door and create their own climate indoors. Number 6. Huge portion size. Nothing brings a fire to an English fan, or a Scotsman who's been singing all the way to the stadium, back down to earth faster than the moment an American server sets up a single-person portion.
Your pancakes you ordered.
Back home, ordering pancakes usually means a couple of thin
Customers
cakes,
travel
a little butter,
from all over the
and
culture
just
so well.
enough syrup
Lots
to
of
make them
cheap
sweet.
food.
At a
griddles,
roadside diner in
chefs drop
America, the
hundreds of
same order can
pancakes.
bring out a towering stack of thick, steaming pancakes piled onto a huge plate with butter melting from the top and syrup slowly running down every layer. Just watch this clip. The server sets it down as casually as if nothing is unusual, while the entire table goes quiet for a few seconds, looks at one another, and then bursts out laughing, as though the kitchen deliberately picked the loudest fan in the group and challenged him personally.
This is one pancake? Yeah, welcome to America. You know, I used to be little like you. Now look at me.
Did you expect me to eat all this?
Yeah, I do it.
Can I speak to the manager?
This is 24 pancakes. You ordered pancakes, this is 24 pancakes.
Muffins can be so big you need both hands to hold them, quesadillas can cover the entire plate, and sandwiches are piled so high with meat that you do not even know where to take the first bite. Then, in the grocery store, nearly 1-gallon jugs of milk leave many European visitors, wondering whether they have accidentally wandered into the restaurant supply.
Oh my god, put it down, it's making me feel sick.
A lot of Europeans say it feels like they've entered a different food universe.
Number 7. Friendliness and customer service. In
Essential
Germany, the
piece of
UK, and
public
parts of Northern
infrastructure.
Europe,
Rising temperatures in densely populated cities by 2 to 4 degrees Celsius. Europe now finds itself balancing two urgent priorities: protecting people from
So when some European fans first arrive in a World Cup host city and hear someone on the street greet them, their immediate reaction is to check their pockets. They assume the person is about to sell them something, ask for money, or set up some kind of scam. But the American simply says hello and keeps walking, leaving the European visitor standing there wondering whether they may have been a little too suspicious.
I just love the environment, the people here, they are so friendly, so it's a good place to be.
Americans simply enjoy talking to people. Walk into a small diner and an older stranger behind the counter may immediately call you
and I was getting a little
or
hungry,
sweetie,
so it was time to check out the buffet myself.
That feels strangely genuine. They're not just trying to sell you a meal.
By
they seem
5:30 p.m.,
determined
the line
to
has
become your
wrapped
best friend
around the lobby
for the next 45
and out the door. But
and
this
if you are
volume
even
has
slightly
kept it
unhappy with
afloat.
the food, they may offer to remake
And because
the
of that
entire
giant
dish,
line,
or hand you a coupon with the kind of sincere
people will
regret
go to Amish
you would
country and
expect
say,
after
"Oh, let's
a
go to
much
Shady
bigger
Maple,"
mistake.
because
Number 8. Long-distance driving culture. After a few days
Before
in America,
he even
many
boarded
European
his
fans
flight,
start
he
receiving
read the
enthusiastic
warnings
recommendations.
flooding the local forum.
An amazing
One specific
barbecue place
fan
not far
from
away,
London.
a beach
He
worth
carried
visiting
a
before the
cone.
match,
He's playing
or a friend
a
willing to
high-stakes
host a
game
soccer
of
watch
physical
party at home.
geometry. Every
It all sounds
hotels
convenient
across the
until they
United
ask for the
States,
address and hear,
this same
oh,
fan
it's only
airing
about
at
a
an
3-hour
American
drive.
parking lot.
In Europe, 3 hours
To the
on the road is
untrained
usually
eye,
enough to
action
pass through
is
several
pure
cities,
mockery.
watch the scenery
He
change
laughed,
again and
but
again,
then he sits
and maybe even get
inside.
close to another country's border.
This
People
sudden
pack food,
expansion
check the
is
weather, and might even
intoxicating.
consider staying
It
overnight.
makes the
In America,
disconditioning
though,
goes
3 hours can
before
be the
these
kind of
fans
drive
are
people are
forced to pack
perfectly
their
willing to make
bags
for dinner,
and go back to the
a family
Renick,
visit, or
Paris,
soccer
or
game,
London,
and then
a
turn around
simple
and head
glass
home
of
that
water
same
at a
night.
restaurant.
So how far are you from Florida? It depends on the part of Florida. Maybe 10 to 16 hours. 10 to 16? How big is Florida? Well, from Jacksonville to Key West, it's probably 8 hours or so. 8 hours? How fast do your trains go? No, 8 hours of driving. Who would drive for 8 hours in a car? What do you mean? Literally every American would drive that. What? Why would you not just fly or take a train? First of all, we have very few trains like that. And secondly, because it's fun. It's fun to drive in a car for 8 hours. Yeah, you know, take a little day trip over to Florida. No big deal. A day trip? That's not a day trip. I mean, 8 hours is a relatively short trip to go on a vacation. 8 hours is a short trip. Okay, well, what's considered a long trip? I don't know. It's going to depend on the person. But we did drive to Texas last year. That was pretty far. How far is it from where you are to Texas? Ooh, well, with construction and traffic, it took us about 19 hours. And you drove in a car? You drove for 19 hours? Yeah, that's what we do. We're Americans. We love traveling by car. We get to see all the beautiful sights on the way. Okay, so you saw beautiful mountains and landscapes and oceans on the way from Indiana to Texas? I mean, we saw corn and what else? And then we were in Texas.
Number 9. Too much of everything. Many European fans walk into Walmart or Costco to pick up a few bottles of water and immediately make their second mistake. In America, a few bottles can mean an entire case big enough to supply a soccer team.
Let's go back.
The aisles are so long that groups of fans may have to text each other just to meet back up.
Market.
While
Over the
bags of
past
snacks,
few weeks,
bottles of
TikTok has
sauce,
been flooded
and
with
cereal
European
boxes looked
football
like they were
fans.
stocked
Next,
for
this
families
British
preparing to
tourist was
ride out.
completely
The
overwhelmed
biggest
by the
shock
sheer
comes in
scale
some
of
Walmart
American
locations,
sizing.
where
From
bath
massive
towels,
product
children's
packaging
toys,
he'd
and
never
cooking
seen
gear
back home,
can all
to the
appear in
fact that a
same
grocery
shopping
store sells
Europeans
actual
walk in looking for toothpaste
bicycles.
and come out feeling like they've just toured the entire American economy.
Oh my god, I don't even know where to start. You've got all frozen food and stuff down here. But like, there's stuff everywhere. There's clothes, Reebok, there's actual brands, like big brands here. Yam. What's Yam? This place is crazy. They have everything. For little Ritz. They have pastries, food, cleaning products.
Number 10. Patriotism and hospitality. What surprises many European fans most by the end of the trip is not something inside the stadium, but the American flags they see. Flags hang from front porches, fly from the backs of pickup trucks, and appear in barbecue joints, convenience stores, and places where nothing special is happening at all. In many parts of Europe, displaying the national flag year-round can make people think you are a little too intense. In America, it feels completely normal, almost like putting your name on the mailbox. Even more surprising is the optimism built into everyday life. In Europe, a bold idea can quickly be met with a long list of reasons it will fail. In America, the first response is often a pat on the back and go for it. I'll support you. That encouragement, openness, and willingness to welcome international visitors gradually chips away at the stereotype of America as rude, cold, or unfriendly. Many people arrive in the United States just to watch soccer, but before the tournament is even over, they start seeing the country differently. Their assumptions are not changed by grand speeches, but by conversations with strangers, kindness in restaurants, the smell of Texas barbecue smoke, and the feeling of being welcomed like a friend. Europeans come for the World Cup, but many leave with a different lesson about confidence, freedom, and hospitality. After everything European fans have experienced, from massive pickup trucks and endless highways to drinks the size of storage tanks and superstores as big as city blocks, the question still remains. Is America showing the world the ultimate deficit, convenience and freedom of choice, or is it using far too much space, energy, and infrastructure to support a bigger is better way of life? Share your perspective in the comments. If you enjoy cultural observations that are grounded in real life, sharpened with a little humor, and sometimes make us question the things we've always considered normal, give this video a like so it can reach more people. Do not forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with that one friend who has always dreamed of taking a road trip across America. This content was compiled from travelers' reactions, fan experiences, and publicly available information at the time of production. The video is intended to offer perspective, provide entertainment, and encourage cultural discussion. It is not meant to attack any individual, community, or country.